Trump says no, drops nasty Christmas surprise on Democrats over border wall. President Donald Trump just dropped a nasty Christmas surprise on Democrats over the border wall. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer never saw this coming. Now, all hell is breaking loose in Washington, D.C., you'll love this. Democrats were prepared to head home for the holidays, but what happens when President Trump decides to tell the swamp creatures in Congress he is refusing to sign their ridiculous omnibus bill? When he flat out says, no, they can't leave. Yep, no Christmas break for those in Congress until they can come up with a bill the president will sign. According to CNN, House Speaker Paul Ryan relayed on Thursday that President Donald Trump will not sign the current Senate-passed funding measure that would avert a government shutdown. What was once a deal to avoid a holiday government shutdown got torpedoed Thursday after conservatives and Trump unleashed fury that the agreement doesn't fully fund a long-promised border wall, CNN furthered. And, the president made it clear he is tired of playing games. When I begrudgingly signed the omnibus bill, I was promised the wall and border security by leadership. Would be done by end of year, NOW. It didn't happen. We foolishly fight for border security for other countries, but not for our beloved USA. Not good. Trump tweeted. We all remember last March when President Trump signed the monstrosity, officially titled the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2018. And Congress promised he would get the funding for the wall at the end of the year. Trump supporters were livid, and the president realizes, this time around, it is a do-or-die situation. And, basically, what the Democrats are saying is they don't want to fund our national security. Congressman Jim Jordan, RO, a co-founder of the Freedom Caucus, slammed House Republican and Democrat leadership for fooling the American people into thinking that they would fund Trump's proposed border wall, Breitbart reported. Everyone knows the line "fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me," Jordan said. The new line should be, fool the American people 4 times, shame on Congress. Jordan continued, now they're talking about kicking it to February 8th, you got to be kidding me. February 8th? When Nancy Pelosi is Speaker? 4 different times we promised something and then kicked the can down the road. Furious, Rep. Jordan added, the House Freedom Caucus is sick of the games. The American people are sick of the games. The president seemed to be wavering yesterday. But, then, the conservative media started warning him not to listen to the Republicans in name only, rhinos. Rush Limbaugh was one of many who blasted the Democrats and those rhinos who refused to back the funding for the wall. This is swamp behavior at its best. This is the greatest illustration of how much of the game all of this actually is, said Limbaugh. We're made to think that it's cutthroat and real. And, meanwhile, it's just all a game. How this stuff happens, in Congress, in the House, in the Senate in Washington, added Rush, according to Breitbart. Stating that the objective has been to end this Congress without a shutdown, Rush continued, that's how we're gonna define success? It's not how we define success. It is apparently how Inside the Beltway defines success. Pointing to the problem with that version of so-called success, he said, meanwhile, the border remains wide open and the Democrats are gonna be controlling the House in just a few weeks. They're now gloating and telling the president, you can't get any money from anywhere else in the budget. We're not gonna let you. We're gonna make sure that you can't build this wall. There isn't gonna be a wall. We don't want there to be a wall, and apparently, there's no way. Addressing the double standard, he continued, even though we can allocate whatever money we need for criminal justice reform or Planned Parenthood or whatever the hell else liberal clause is clamoring for your tax dollars, any amount of money, need even $1.6 billion. That's been pulled off in this deal to save a shutdown. Rush furthered, not a penny above and beyond what's already allocated is gonna be spent on securing the border of this country, which is wide open still. But we've got to compromise on no government shutdown, Mr. Limbaugh. It's a good Christmas. It's a great day for Washington. This is textbook. It's a textbook example of what the drive-by media calls compromise. Trump gets nothing and the Democrats get everything, including control of the House in a few short weeks. President Trump and those in the Freedom Caucus are the only ones who are trying to do the right thing. Make no mistake, Republicans like Paul Ryan, Kevin McCarthy, and, sadly, Mitch McConnell are all totally fine with kicking the can down the road. Now, Trump must stand up and, yes,